right, lovelies, let's begin. Today we are going to work with our forms. We're going to start with the second from the cheapest of cheapest forms. The cheapest one or cheaper one from here is the little rectangle one. Okay? And then you picked your own form from the purple basket. You have 2 fingers. We're going to work on 2 fingers. Working with our colored acrylic today. You can go ahead and get that done. While I chit chat with you, you can go ahead and cut down the natural nail using your nail clipper coming in from the side. Cutting down as short as you can. You're not going to reach all the way through because of the post in the middle, so take the nail tip and rotate it and it will pop off. And if you need to cut anything in the middle, you can. We are not going to file, push cuticle back, buff the nail, dehydrate, prime, and all of that. We don't have time today. But please do know that you have to do that every single time on all the nails. Okay. They do sell bigger clippers, nail clippers that you can purchase that don't have that stem in the middle. They just have more space and you can just click it off. That'll work too. We will be using the large acrylic brush since we are working on 1 bead methods, pulling the big bead downward today. But whatever brush you have available will work just fine. Alright, as you finish doing all those things, let me talk about forms. Today, Friday, and early this week, we did a application on the natural nail. Client comes in, she's got her natural nail, she likes the length, she likes the nail, she just wants thickness or strength. You did an overlay. It's a layer over the natural nail. The client comes in, she doesn't have any length, she wants length. So you're going to use a nail tip, you're going to glue it on the nail and build the acrylic up, giving her strength and thickness, creating length. That's a nail tip extension. Now we're going to build the nail without a nail tip. And in order to do so, we need a platform where the acrylic is going to lay on top of, because I can't just put the acrylic, I can put the acrylic on the surface of the nail, but once I get to the free edge, the acrylic is going to fall down. So I need something, like a little tray or something, to hold up that acrylic while it hardens. That's where forms come in. So forms are a piece of paper that's a sticker. It's smooth on one side so the acrylic doesn't get stuck, and it's sticky on the other so it'll stick to the finger, okay? There's a whole variety of stickers. C&D, Central Nail Design. Oh, I'm sorry, Central. That's the store. Creative Nail Design is a professional nail brand, and they have their own line of stickers. This is the one we know. As the shape has the circle in the middle, it has the grid, and it's got the butterfly wings on the end. Very basic, right? The C&D one, in comparison, is got 2 butterfly wings, right? It's got the neck up here. It still has the hole in the middle, the circle in the middle, and it's got a grid, although it is slightly different than the black grid. Okay? Creative nail design or the professional nail companies understand chemicals on the body, and their adhesives on the back, for the most part, are skin safe. When you buy a form off the internet, now this is not an American brand, so I don't know. I can't read what that says. But I bought this on Amazon. More than likely, it is not a professional brand, I don't think. Therefore, I don't know what adhesive is used to make the sticker. So not all adhesives are skin safe. You have clients that will come in and are allergic to glues, to adhesives. So if your client has an allergic reaction, it might be to the glue on the sticker. Okay? professional and non-professional, or like, hey, this is me a secret, right? Lower end professional. You can see the difference of the sticker as you're working with them. Okay, this one, okay, has the hole in the middle. It's got 3 butterfly wings. It has a big grid. You can build a nail. The longest is going to be this long. On this sticker, the longest nail is going to be this long. Alright, so if your client wants a long nail, it's going to be this one. Short nail, you can use that one. Okay? This one is super long, right? It's like a tuxedo type shape, and it has a design, and the tie gives you the length, and it's got the grid. So that one's like more for looks. And here's another one. This one reminds me of a manta ray or a whale or something. Butterfly, literally a butterfly. Okay. Either one that you have works fine. Now, they do sell these in rolls, big rolls like this one that you got in your kit. The reason why I got such a big roll in your kit of the cheapest of the cheap is because you have been practicing since the first day I showed you how to use them, and you're almost halfway done with your roll because you've practiced almost every single day since, right? That you have your test coming up where you are going to put 10 of these on your own 10 fingers in 5 minutes. It's a pass or fail. You either did it and you did it right on all 10 fingers and you got 100, or you did it wrong, even up on 1 and you got 0. It's all or nothing, right? So you've been practicing. That's why you have such a big roll. Now with this roll, or with the rolls, as the roll gets smaller and smaller and smaller, right? This is like how the roll was small was it started out here. The sticker tends to bend like this, right? And so sometimes, especially when you get to like the very end, they're very bent. And sometimes it kind of gives you a hard time. So if you can find them flat like this, it's a huge difference. It makes a big difference, okay? This is how you buy them. So we're going to start with the golden one here. We're going to go ahead and peel it back. And we're going to pop out the middle circle, or peel the middle circle. We're going to take that middle circle and we're going to flip the sticker over. That middle golden line next to those rectangular black bits, we're going to place that golden line right in the middle, best you can, perpendicular and straight, and we're going to press that down. If you do it wrong, don't try to pick it off. Don't try to peel it. It's not going to peel. Throw it away, get you when it's not even worth the hassle. Okay? The other thing, if I keep doing this, the oils on my hands are going to transfer, and just like a sticky note that will not stick anymore because I've used it so much, it's not going to stick to the skin. Granted, we are using plastic and silicone, and a sticker does not stick to silicone, so this is very difficult on this finger. And even if we had our other finger, which is the one silicone one, these don't work well. Best way to practice is to put the lash tape on your finger or human finger and put this on a human finger. Then put your acrylic. These are hard because they just don't stick, okay? Then you're going to take that perforated edge right there that has a dotted line. You're going to fold backwards if you don't see it, and you're going to tear. Now, there are some stickers that are somewhat cheap where just the line is not cut all the way through and you can't cut it. And you're sitting there and you're pulling and you're just stretching the sticker. At that point, throw it away and get you a new one. Take your scissors and cut that part. Because if you stretch the sticker, it just doesn't work well. Okay? I'm going to keep my finger on my stand just because it's better so I can use both of my hands. On your test, you're using your own hands. So remember, do your bad hand first. Work with your bad hand first and then do your good hand. Alright, so once we've done that, we're going to take the edge and we're going to rock and we're going to roll and we're going to... Oh no. Let me get a new one. You're going to rock and roll and you're going to create that curvature. So that way you have the curve that it's going to help mimic on your natural curve of your nail. Now you have to remember that there are some clients that have a growth of nail that is a little bit different. Do you remember when we did the theory part and we had the arch, the way that the nail grows, and you're looking at it like it's still poking the eyeball and the nail from side to side, how it's curved? Some people have arch, some people have tubular, some people have flat nails, right? So that growth makes a big difference. And curving it like this is going to help mimic or help match that. Not every nail tip is going to fit on all fingers. We talked about that yesterday. So what we do with the forms is we're going to customize, we're going to custom build the nail for our client according to her nail form. Whether it's flat or arched or tubular, it doesn't matter. I can make it happen with the form. This goes a little deeper, but you can cut this out with scissors if you really need to shape the form if you really need to customize the form for the client. We don't do that but you can do that in real life. So once we have our curve, keep in mind that the hyponychium is like the glue, right? The piece of skin that sticks the top of the nail to our skin on the bed of our finger. If we didn't have the hyponychium, stuff would get clogged in between our nail and our skin all the time, right? And that would not be good. We would have a hole in our body. So we're going to pretend, because this one doesn't have one, we're going to pretend at the bottom of that nail tip, you have that rectangle. We're going to pretend that that's this hand's hyponychium. And we're going to push the bottom of that grid all the way to that hyponychium, okay? So you're going to come in, that middle center golden line, you're going to push the sticker in all the way to the hyponychium, which is a little deep, but we're going to go for it. And you're going to squeeze the sides of the sticker in on the side of the finger, remembering that we're trying to squeeze the sticker onto silicone and it's not going to do well. Be patient with that. We're only squeezing the side of the finger. When I see that that middle golden line is nice and straight and creating a perpendicular line with the tip of my fingernail, then we're good. I'm squeezing the sides. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to turn it sideways. My form, if the finger is flat like this on the table or you're looking at it flat like so, that line on the grid is parallel to the ceiling and to the floor. The sticker is not pointing downward like if it were to go this way, and it's not pointing upward. It's not concave or convex. We don't want claws unless if that's what you're going for. It needs to be straight. So use those grid lines to help you. And so when you look at it like it's going to poke you in the eyeball, and you may need to push from the bottom a little bit, but there should be no gap. So if you have a gap like this between the nail and the sticker, it's wrong. You shouldn't have a gap between the nail and the sticker. It literally should be flush. There should be no hole between the nail and the sticker. If there is a hole, trust that the acrylic is going to get in and under there, and you're not going to have a good application. So it should literally be like that. Flush. Once it's flush, okay, you can pop the finger upwards, and what you're going to do is you are going to take the butterfly wing tips and kiss the wing tips together. Now I'm going to do it wrong. See if I can do it wrong. And you do it right. I'm going to do it wrong. Okay? Alright, so I did it wrong. Why? Because look at the edge of my form. It's not symmetrical. It's not balanced. My wings are crooked. Crooked on that side and definitely crooked on this side. If my wings are crooked, okay, my application is going to be crooked because my form is crooked. If you need another sticker, just help yourself to more. Okay? Make sure, excuse me, thank you. Oh, that hurt my chest. Make sure that when you're kissing the butterfly wings, just go slow, be patient. It's the mannequin finger, it doesn't stick well. Best to practice on a human finger, that's why you have a huge roll at home. But when you kiss the tip, make sure it's smooth and even. If you do not have another form, if there's like, oh my gosh, this is my last form, what am I going to do? Take scissors and cut it instead of peeling it apart, because peeling it apart is going to bend it more and mess it up more. Okay? Okay. It's like a step-by-step thing, right? So once you kiss the tip, right, and they're just barely touching, you want to really squeeze it. Because the stickiness, if it's a fresh form, meaning it's new and not been sitting in the cabinet for like years, it's going to have strong stick and it's going to stick on there. Okay? So then, take a look at it from the side. Make sure you're good. Look at it like it's going to poke you in the eyeball. Make sure it's good. And look at it from the top. Make sure it's good. Because my form is, and you can probably see it better here. So let me do this. Because my form was crooked. Do you see how my grid is crooked? It like dips down more on this side than it does on this side, which is why it's super important that your butterfly wings are about perfect, which is why we practice. That's why you have a huge roll in your kit, because you're going to mess up a lot of times. Most people are like, yeah, whatever, I'm just going to take it. Okay, leave it. Put your acrylic on, take the sticker off, and let me know how the acrylic comes out. When she's looking at her nails like they're going to poke her in the eyeball, she's going to see that the nail is crooked. Because it is going to be, because the sticker is crooked. Okay? Once you're happy or satisfied enough, go ahead and push the wings down at the knuckle and just squeeze it down. And that's it. That's how you apply a form. Okay? Okay. Look at the nail form like it's going to poke you in the eyeball. And look at the hole. Okay? That hole that you have there, match the curvature of the hole to the curvature of the nail. So I'm going to squeeze my butterfly wings just a little bit more because that hole was too big and it was too wide and my nail was a little bit more arched. So I'm going to squeeze it a little bit. And so now it matches. Look at it from the top. Well, because my form was crooked, this is straight on this side and this is kind of pushed in a little bit more. Take it off, do it again. Okay? Then, continue to pinch that butterfly wing in the front. And pinch it until you can barely see like a little nostril hole. And you can like not even see a hole at all. Just pinch it. Pinch it all the way. Because this is what people do. They do it and they pinch and pinch and pinch. And when they pinch it, and they pinch too much, it looks great because it's stuck on the finger. It's not moving. Okay, let's look at it from the top. Ooh, what kind of nail shape is that one right there? A party hat. Doesn't it remind you of a birthday party hat? It's a triangular. Now, if your client is asking for it, hey, this is how you do that shape. But I don't know that I've ever seen this shape popular, right? This is an accidental shape. So imagine, and now I'm going to do an overlay. I'm going to take my acrylic, I'm going to place my acrylic, and I'm going to bring my acrylic down. And I'm going to use my grid to shape it. Well, if my butterfly wings are not not symmetrical and I pinched it too much, this is literally the shape of the nail I'm going to get. And that is not typically what the client asks for. So yes, I know for the most part it's like it's just a sticker or whatever, and people are like, yeah, just stick it on there. That's not how it works. Okay? So, second of the cheapest nail form stickers. This is the round one. The cheapest one is the rectangular one. It doesn't even have a butterfly wing. Now we're going to use the other one, whichever one you picked. And if you didn't pick another one, you can grab another one. Totally fine. Okay? Whichever one you grabbed. I have the Mia Secret one. They're all the same. They're different, but they're the same, right? They have the sticker in the middle. They have the butterfly. This one has 3 butterfly wings. They have the neck line in the middle where you split it. And they have the grid with the shapes. Either one, whatever you have is fine. We're going to take our second finger. If you haven't already cut it, make sure to cut it. We're going to peel the sticker. When we peel the sticker, we're going to pop the circle off. It doesn't matter if you have the C&D one. If you don't like the one you have, you're like, you know what, let me go get a different one. Go to the basket and get you a different one. Whichever form you have is fine. Okay? I'm going to walk you through it. Even though it's different forms, you use the form you want. If you're like, you know what, I'm going to make this golden one work, then stick to the golden one. That's totally cool. All right, so we popped out the center circle, okay? We're going to try not to touch the surface of the stickiness so much. We're going to flip the circle, the form over, and we're going to take our little circle. It does not matter if it's right side up, upside down, as long as it's a long ways. So you're going to put that right in the middle, as centered as you possibly can do. Once it sticks, leave it alone. If you did it wrong, get you another form. It will not unstick. There's one of them, I can't remember which one it is, got like little cat ears on it or something. Like this one, that has like little, like a ghost with those hands up or something. I don't know. It's fine. Okay? You're going to turn it back over. You're going to bend at the little edge right there, and you're going to tear the neck of what I call the bib. There's some that have other lines that you can also tear off if you need to, if you don't need them. Different stickers are meant for different purposes, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over, and although the sticker is short and the length of the sticker is longer, you're still going to make your curve. Because you still want that curvature to happen. Once you have your curve, you're going to bring your finger over. Once you have your finger over, okay, we're going to insert towards the hyponychium. Remember, hyponychium, some people's hyponychium is sensitive. If you stick your nail underneath your nail like so, and it hurts, you have a sensitive hyponychium. I sit there all day and I have to do it to all 10 fingers until I finish all 10 fingers. I'm not happy with myself, so I got to poke my hyponychium because it feels good. I don't know, it's a weird thing. But some people it hurts. So when you put the form in, please be gentle. Ask your client if they're sensitive at their hyponychium. They're not going to know what that is, so explain that it's the skin under the nail. All right, so place your finger, knuckle straight. The first knuckle straight. Because the sticker's longer, right? So that knuckle's got to be straight. You're going to insert carefully to the hyponychium. Once it's centered, my nail keeps popping off. Once it's centered, you want to go ahead and pinch on the side of the finger. That black line should be pinched. That black line or the number should be in the middle. Pinch on the side of the silicone finger really nice and tight just to get it to stick on there. Again, we're working on silicone. On a client, it'll stick because it's it's skin, right? Make sure that line is perpendicular down the middle. Read your sticker, and when I say read, I don't mean read the words. I mean watch it and see what it's doing. If the wings are starting to spread out like a butterfly about to take off, that means that it's unsticking like my left side just did. You have to watch your sticker, okay? My wings are spreading. It's about to unstick. So that's a cue for me to stick it back down. Now look at it from the side. My nail keeps popping up, but it should be parallel. If you hold the finger sideways like so and you're looking at it like this, those parallel lines on the grid, should be parallel to the ceiling and the floor. They should be straight. The sticker should shoot straight right out. If so, look at it's going to poke in the eyeball. There should be no gap between the sticker and the nail. If there's a gap between the sticker and the nail when you're applying acrylic will get under there. Good luck getting that out when it gets hard. Okay? So, once you're happy, you're going to so carefully pinch the butterfly wings at the top, at the tip. As perfect as you can possibly pinch them. And as evenly as you can possibly pinch them. Just pinch a little bit, don't pinch a lot. Mine, the Mia Secret, has 3 butterfly wings. I'm not going to pinch the back 2 until I'm done inserting my tool. This is where the tool comes in. Do you remember yesterday we used our little magnets on the nip on the slicer to make sure the length is the same? Okay, this tool does that for the C shape of the nail. So look at your fingernails like they're going to poke in the eyeball. Take this tool, the C curve tool, and insert it like this at your hyponychium. Okay? When you look at it, depending on the one you have, find the right finger for it. So if you got like the pink or the blue, it's for the pinky. Then you're going to put it on the pinky. I have the silver. I put on my pinky. That's way too big. The curve of my silver tube is too wide for the small curve of my pinky. So my silver would go on my thumb. And not even, because my beds are flat, so this is too curved. I need a bigger one. Maybe the black or the gold one. Okay? So depending on what size the tube is and what C shape it has, that is supposed to match the C shape of the client's natural bed. Right? So I would need 2 packs of these, because if my thumb needs a silver one and then my other thumb needs a silver one, I need 2 silver tools. So I need to buy 2 packs. Well, what if my client has a middle finger and a pointer and a thumb that all need the silver tube? Then I need 3 packs. Do I? What if our other 3 fingers are the same? I need 6 packs. That's the only bad thing about these is they sell them in packs with all the different sizes, but they don't have duplicates. It's the only bad part. So you have to do one at a time. But you're going to take your tool. You're going to insert it to the hyponychium. So you're going to insert it into the hole. Push it to the hyponychium. Make sure that that is straight, and then you are going to pinch the sticker only at the tip to stick to the tool. Make sure, look at it from the side, make sure it's straight out, make sure it's not pointing down, make sure it's not pointing up. This is going to ensure, and you can pinch the bottom now once you're sure, and you can pinch the other butterflies, and you can come on and pinch down, put down the bib. Do not pinch at the bottom where the natural nail drops off and meets the sticker. Leave that alone, because if you pinch it, it's going to make a dent on the sides. So, this is going to ensure, look at it, it's going to poke in the eyeball, that the tip of the fingernail has a beautiful, symmetrical, and even C shape from pinky to pinky. But remember that the silver one does not go on all 10 fingers, and the pink one does not go on all 10 fingers. It's according to the size of the curve of the nail from side to side. Okay? These will help you a million times over not having them. Okay? Alright, keeping in mind you're working on plastic and silicone, once you have it established, make the knuckles come downward and do not touch the sticker and do not touch the tube. If you start applying acrylic and you start moving this, it's going to mess it up. So, take your brush, the biggest one you have available. Take your acrylic. It's alright, we'll get it later, don't worry about it. Unless if you need it. And you're going to take a huge, biggest bead you can. You're going to start at the cuticle and you're going to work your way down. Make the nail as long as you want. You can go as far as the tip of that sticker. Okay? So, season your brush. Wet your brush. Pick up your bead, whether it's going to be the dip drag method or the dip tap method. You're going to look at your bead. You're going to look at it. You're going to look at it. Ooh, mine is a little too wet. You're going to drop it off at the cuticle area and wipe your brush. Your finger, you're holding it downward, so gravity is pulling that acrylic down and helping you run it down the nail. You're going to start off by holding the brush at a 45-degree angle, molding, shaping, and pressing the cuticle area as perfect as you can into a ramp. Take your brush and you're going to tap, tap, tap the sides of the nail. Uh-oh, my nail's moving. Need to push it down. Oh, no. I'm going to push it down. Tap, tap, tap the sides. Make sure that you don't have a jelly roll on the side of the nails. They need to be parallel like 2 train tracks. And you're going to push, 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 tap, 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 holding that brush at a 45-degree angle all the way down. Spreading that acrylic out over the surface of the nail. Most importantly, my nail is popping off, y'all. Most importantly, making sure that the acrylic continues to run down and is smooth on the surface and along the sides. If you did not get a long enough bead to begin to create whatever length you want, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You're going to continue to apply beads until you get the length of your client's desire. You have the outline of the grid, just like when we did our bead practice, and you are following the shape of that outline. Whether it's a square, a coffin, a stiletto, a dagger, an almond, oval, round, follow those grid lines. Tap the acrylic beads down until you are able to create the shape of your choice or your client's choice, but most importantly, blend them together. Now, I'm going to do a few wrong things because we're going to save this finger until Tuesday or whatever we see you when we come back. But I'm going to do it wrong, so don't do what I do. I'm going to leave some gaps and I'm going to leave some disconnections. But you follow your guide as best as you can. Yeah. Okay, if you know you have reboot, y'all can go ahead and start cleaning up. Leave your bead as is and we can finish that up on Monday. Again, I'm leaving some gaps. Do not do as you see me do. Do as you hear me say. And you're going to save that for Monday. And that is all we have for you for today.